Alright guys, welcome to part 3 of the Halloween Havoc pay-per-view, and we are kicking it off with a battle royal to determine the new #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, currently held by Chad Gable, who we will actually see in tonight's main event, but we'll explain it when we get to that point. But out first for the 6-man battle royal is Sami Zayn. We saw him have a match recently on SmackDown he originally wanted a match against Sheamus, but ended up taking on Cesaro. Sami Zayn managed to win the match. Still has issues with both members of the Bar. Will give Sami a chance at challenging for the Intercontinental Championship, which he's already held once in his Universe Mode career. Was champ for a long time last year, if you guys remember. He originally took the title off of The Miz, had a feud with Bray Wyatt, ended up losing the title to Bray Wyatt at some point, and it's just been kind of going from there. But alright, it looks like another member of this battle royal will be either Sheamus or Cesaro. We'll see which one here in a second. The crowd definitely looking forward to this battle royal. Let's see which member of the Bar it is. And another person in this matchup will be Cesaro. Again, former WWE champion. He was champ last year. We're going to give Cesaro a chance as well to compete for the Intercontinental Championship. We already saw the great matchup he had with Sami Zayn. Despite the losing effort, Cesaro could put on a great match with just about anybody, and then basically last year, a lot of the time we saw him have great matches with most of the SmackDown roster. So the Swiss Superman looking to get an opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship and maybe eliminate Sami Zayn in the process. Sami Zayn being his former best friend. So we'll see who else is in this match. Alright, and it looks like Sheamus is also in the matchup. Why they couldn't have just came out together is beyond me, but it looks like the Bar continued to taunt and mess with Sami Zayn one way or another. And for those who may have missed why Sami Zayn has issues with the Bar, Sami Zayn did reveal a couple weeks ago that he knows all the way back at Backlash that the Masked Man who injured him and made him miss most of this year already was Sheamus. We never completely got a reason as to why, because Sheamus stormed down to the ring, knocked out Sami Zayn, and then just kind of left. So we don't really have answers, at least from Sheamus's point of view. Hopefully we do at some point. If not, then that's just the Celtic Warrior being the Celtic Warrior. But the Bar in this Battle Royal matchup as well, if it comes down to Sheamus and Cesaro as the final two, they're going to have to fight it out. But we'll see how much the Bar will team up in this matchup to try and earn one of them a chance at Chad Gable and the Intercontinental Championship. So we'll see the other 3 participants in this matchup now. And another former Intercontinental Champion, Shinsuke Nakamura, has a bit of momentum heading into this matchup. Came close to becoming Mr. Money in the Bank a few months back. But Nakamura now getting another chance to fight for the Intercontinental Championship that he had for, I think he was Intercontinental Champ around this time last year, if I'm not mistaken, or it may have actually been a little bit later on. Actually, no, it was Bray Wyatt was Intercontinental Champ around this time last year, because I remember he took on Samoa Joe, the US Champ, at Survivor Series. So Nakamura had it either a little bit before or after Survivor Series. A lot has been going on in Universe Mode the past 2-3 years, so it's hard for me to pinpoint exactly when some superstars were champs or when they had certain feuds with other superstars and stuff, but that's why I'll Universe Mode episodes are in the playlist that I usually link in the info bar above. So go check that out if you guys want a refresher on any title reign, feud, match, you name it, it's in the playlist somewhere along the line. Alrighty, and another person in this matchup, and another legend who definitely might want to stay clear of Baron Corbin, is Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero. We already know all of Eddie's accomplishments in his WWE career. So giving him a chance at the IC title makes a lot of sense as well. Coming to the ring in his iconic and signature car, Eddie Guerrero here at Halloween Havoc. We haven't seen him in a little while, but good to see Latino Heat in action again. And the final person in this matchup, probably the favorite to win, honestly, considering the tear he's been on since debuting at Money in the Bank. It is the Freak, Lars Sullivan. The couple matches on SmackDown Live that we've seen him in, he's just been completely dominant. Took down Kane. His debut match at Money in the Bank against Strowman for the WWE Championship, he took Braun to the limit despite the loss. But the great showing since then for Sullivan has definitely skyrocketed him to a chance at the Intercontinental Championship. But he's got to get through 5 other men in this Battle Royal if he wants a chance at Chad Gable. Big white flash of light came upon the screen. I don't know what's going on there, but okay, that was just thought some weird shenanigans were going on again. But Sullivan, the final person in this Battle Royal matchup. Let's see who's going to take on Chad Gable for the Intercontinental Championship within the next couple weeks or so. As Sullivan gets down immediately, so does Guerrero. The bar of Sheamus, ironically enough, going after Sami Zayn as Cesaro goes after Shinsuke Nakamura. Eddie turns his attention to Lars Sullivan, which may be a mistake, but again, Eddie not afraid to back down from a challenge, especially when someone the size of Sullivan is in the way. And I think he just did a leaping headbutt at Shinsuke Nakamura, actually. Now Eddie takes down Cesaro. Nakamura in the corner, fights out. Sullivan, look at the strength, just pulls Nakamura down. Now Sami still focusing his offense on Sheamus for good reason as Cesaro goes at it with Eddie Guerrero. That's a very interesting matchup. All 6 men, completely different offensive styles, sizes, shapes, you name it. Whoever wins this matchup will definitely have an interesting matchup with Chad Gable for the Intercontinental Championship as Sullivan just saves himself and Cesaro is gone. Eddie Guerrero has definitely done good in elimination style matches in Universe Mode, but he eliminates Cesaro as Sami looks to eliminate Sheamus. Can he do it? Nakamura takes down Lars Sullivan again. Sami with the kick to the back of the knee of Sheamus, hits him with a nice German suplex. Nakamura turns his focus back to Eddie. Sami now going after the Freak. Oh, and he's going for another shoulder tackle or something, but Sami now gets taken down there with the chop block to the knee. Now a stomp to the chest of Sheamus. Clothesline in the corner by Sullivan. And Shinsuke Nakamura is gone. Eddie Guerrero with 2 eliminations as he gets the knee taken out from under him. Eddie Guerrero with 2 eliminations in this matchup and avoids getting eliminated there by Sullivan. As now he tosses Sheamus down. Going for another chop block, but Sheamus saw it coming that time. Eddie on the verge of elimination. Big uppercut as Nakamura leaves the ring. Sheamus to his feet, just waiting behind Sami Zayn. Lars to his feet now. Shoulder tackle takes the Celtic Warrior down. And just gets tossed onto the apron is Guerrero. Now fighting back. Gets it back in. Uppercut to the Freak. Another chop block taking out the right knee of Eddie Guerrero. Sami Zayn looking to eliminate Sheamus, and he does. Another takedown by Sullivan. Sami getting another measure of revenge on Sheamus there. A bit of payback from the cheap shot. Last time around, as Sami Zayn is eliminated, is down to Eddie Guerrero and Lars Sullivan. Both men 2 eliminations each, and another chop block by the Freak. Eddie, I don't even think he knows where he's at right now. Tossed into the corner. Eddie catches that kick. Looks like he's going for the Three Amigos, but Sullivan turns it into a neck breaker. Nice move there. The Freak is fired up. Oh, Eddie with a kick to the face. Lars took too much time. Goes for another chop block. Eddie, I don't even know how he is able to stand right now as Lars going for the freak accident. Chad Gable, I hope you're watching, dude, because we just found your next challenger, and he is going to end up tearing you apart. Gable needs to be very, very careful. Lars Sullivan with 3 eliminations in this matchup. And rather quickly, just punches his ticket to a chance at the Intercontinental Championship. Again, Gable needs to definitely be careful as the Freak is victorious in this Battle Royal. Another message sent to the SmackDown locker room. Lars Sullivan is not to be messed with. But speaking of Chad Gable, he is in action in tonight's main event, and let's get on with it as Lars Sullivan continues his dominant ways. Alright guys, on wrapping up the Halloween Havoc pay-per-view here in part 3, it will be, actually, instead of a title match, it will be champion versus champion. We will see Chad Gable, current Intercontinental Champion, taking on current WWE Champion Apollo Crews. We just found out moments ago who Chad Gable's next challenger for the IC title will be, and that will be the Freak Lars Sullivan. So Chad Gable definitely needs to keep himself on his toes and continue his upward momentum if he wants any shot at taking down the Freak when we see that title matchup. And speaking of champions, Apollo Crews won the title at SummerSlam off of Braun Strowman. I already discussed most of that during part 2 in the compound match between Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman. Apollo Crews will defend the title against Strowman in their rematch at the Royal Rumble. We still have yet to find out when we'll see Chad Gable defend the IC title against Sullivan. Might have to ask The Undertaker on that one if he has an idea yet. But to close out Halloween Havoc, it's been an interesting pay-per-view to say the least. Champion versus champion, neither title on the line, just to see which champion can get the upper hand moving forward. Apollo Crews and Chad Gable do have a lot of respect for each other, so we'll see how this matchup plays out. Again, neither championship on the line. It's just champion versus champion. IC champion versus WWE champion. Let's get this main event matchup underway now. Gable versus Crews, collar and elbow tie-up. And Crews using his strength to get the upper hand early on here in this tie-up situation. As a phone rings in the background, Crews taking on Gable. Cruz the powerful and fast one, and Gable is the fast and technical one. We're going to take a quick commercial break, actually, and we'll return back to this main event action. Back to Halloween Havoc. We just have to kind of more or less get some technical difficulties out of the way there. The producer here in the booth with me, his phone kind of went off, so I kind of had to yell at him there, but that is alright. There were just some graphical stuff for later on that was not working, so we squared that away as this main event matchup continues. Apollo Crews had Gable in a stalling vertical suplex that continues to show off his strength. We heard from Crews recently that him now being WWE champion and having the full support of the WWE universe has motivated him to do even greater things, as he gets taken down there with a DDT by Intercontinental Champion Chad Gable. Count of two, almost count of two there actually, as Crews kicks out. Now, let's see the technical side of Gable coming into play here. Has the WWE Champion on the mat, and Crews is able to get to a vertical base, elbow to the face there. I think it might be safe to say that if Gable's able to knock off the WWE Champion, he might earn himself a chance at the title in the future. That'd be very interesting to see Gable go, or even if he's still Intercontinental Champion, going after the WWE Championship as well. It's not too rare to have a double champion. And actually, speaking of double champion, Dolph Ziggler on Raw was double champion for a short amount of time, but he was half of the Raw Tag Team Champs and US Champ. So it's not entirely out of the question. So Gable, if he could defeat Apollo Crews, might earn himself a WWE title match in the future. Single arm monkey flip there by Gable. Keeping Apollo Crews on the ground has definitely been a good choice here from Gable. Kick to the back of Crews. Gable getting the crowd fired up even more than they already are. Apollo Crews with a big uppercut. Picks him up. Going for the Crews control. Slams him right down into the pin. 1, 2. And no, Gable is able to get out of it. That does not to have seemed, or not to have phased Apollo Crews there, as he just continues to kind of show off a bit. He has all the right to do so, considering what he's been doing of late. Picks him up. Oh, and to a Samoan drop. These two seem to be evenly matched, even though Apollo Crews is dominating right now. And a step up enziguri, nearly taking Gable's head off. And again, since winning the WWE Championship, Crews is showing a bit more of an aggressive side as he goes into a deadlift. German suplex, bridging into the cover. Crews looking for another Crews control. It seems Gable up to his feet, picks him up again. Slams him right down. That's gotta be it. 1, 2, 3. No, and again. Gable showing his resiliency here. Crews continuing the offense. He's not letting Gable's resiliency get under his skin. Crews trying to keep a clear head as he tries to win this matchup. Neither title on the line, so they don't have to necessarily worry about that. But it'd be good to just keep any momentum going, getting a win any way they can. And a stomp to the arm of Crews. And just going after the arm now of Gable. Both men, like I said moments ago, going toe for toe. Gets him into an armbar situation. The WWE Champion in a bit of a predicament here. The crowd realizing an instant classic when they see one. These guys are putting on a show. And this crowd here at Halloween Havoc here in Kentucky definitely appreciating a great match when they see one. Gable turning the champion around, looking for the Chaos Theory. Cruz in trouble. Is he going to be able to? Oh my god, look at the strength of Gable. Bridging into the cover. 1, 2, 3, and Chad Gable, wow. Able to pin the WWE champion. Both men have been on a roll. Something had to give here. And Chad Gable weathered the storm of Apollo Crews. Kicked out of 2 Crews controls. Hits a Chaos Theory and pins the WWE champion. Big win for Chad Gable. Again, crazy things once again happen here in Universe Mode. But Chad Gable knows who his next opponent is, and he may not be celebrating for much longer. But, well, in the moment, he just pinned Apollo Crews. And just pinned the WWE champion. But a great matchup from these 2 young men. I think this may be another match of the year candidate. I'm going to add that to my list, and when the time comes, going to have you guys vote on what you think is match of the year, as well as other end of the year awards. But Gable with a huge win to close out Halloween Havoc. If you guys enjoyed this pay-per-view, be sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff, and we'll see everybody next time.